Taller than Tureano Johnson, but it's Johnson who will have an 1.5-inch reach advantage.
Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing black with teal, he weighed in officially 159.5 pounds. Victories with just 2 defeats, 1 bout even, and 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing a 2008 Bahamian Olympian from Nassau, Bahamas, here is Tureano Johnson! And across the ring stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing black with orange, he weighed officially 159.75 pounds. This 24-year-old enters the ring tonight, coming by way of knockout, presentando el hijo de Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. Here is the former WBO Junior Middleweight Champion of the World, Jaime Munguia!
Ok, muchachos, los dos traen el calzón un poquito alto. Golpes aquí están perfectamente bien. Se la mano y buena suerte a los dos. Que ganen mejor.
Is Jaime Munguia as good as his record indicates? Johnson doesn't think so. He's about to find out.
20,000 passionate fans. Instead, there are no fans. Jaime Munguia, who's used to the roar of the crowd. Instead, he's going to have Johnson right in his face. 60-pound middleweight division.
Johnson knows how to smother instead of just punch output. It's going to be hard to keep up with Johnson's activity.
A couple of big punches already for Johnson, who's fighting like this is a one-round fight.
Todd Johnson's doing exactly what he told us he was going to do.
Boy, how high does Johnson have those trunks pulled up? 2020. Before that, a 4th-round knockout of Patrick Alati, September of last year.
Yeah, but this is the first time that Johnson faces a full-fledged career. Came up to middleweight from 154, so this is going to be a first real middleweight test for the young Munguia.
If Munguia has shown us anything, at least defensively, at the end of the 3rd round by Spike O'Sullivan. Shook that off, came back to get a knockout win of his own.
Coming in on the inside, not throwing anything while he's going in. Munguia's going to respond with jabs of his own.
Good uppercut there from Munguia.
Stop at the bell, pon la campana. Stop!
Entertaining opening round and a good one.
Body, then turn on him and come with the uppercut right over the top. All right, let's go, baby.
Will be the difference.
Yeah, and that's a big addition to his team because Andre Rozier was in the opposite corner of his 2 biggest mentality of Tureano Johnson.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 losses, Sergio. Johnson's got him on his resume, but that Curtis Stevens fight, he was up big going into that final round. Just took 1 huge shot from Stevens that changed.
Johnson completely smothering Munguia so far.
Tureano Johnson's going to be there all night because Munguia doesn't move his head that often, and he's keeping his left arm and land all night. Keep throwing it. There it is right there. It's a choppy little right hand, but believe me, whenever the rounds get
Wisdom from the boxing pundits across the Twitterverse predicted that Munguia would most likely win this Mannix.
Well, there's history for that, right? The 2 losses that Johnson have both been by late knockout, and Munguia is coming off a win that he picked up by late knockout. So there's history there, forcing Munguia to fight uncomfortably, and he's doing it effectively.
A running left hand there for Johnson, trying to wear him down.
Oh, that's going to fall into Munguia's hands if he can keep backing up and punching going backwards just like that, Todd.
Center of the ring.
See, you didn't think you had that reverse gear for Jaime Munguia, but that's something they've been working on.
Cut from Munguia, caught Johnson coming in.
That's how you beat the aggression. You know, you step back and you land those right uppercuts. I didn't think Munguia had it.
An aggressive Johnson right in front of Munguia, who's going to get his shots in.
Just like Johnson keeps landing.
Atlanta and New York City. Nice up and down work from Munguia.
Switches from lefty to righty, but Munguia found a home with that right uppercut. He's going to be landing that all night, just like Johnson's been landing the chopping right hand.
Just rush in there. He's got to throw punches.
His legs are telling me a different story because he's falling off balance coming forward towards Munguia. Usually that tells me that an older fighter doesn't have it. body shot by Johnson right there.
He kind of folded Munguia over for a second.
You see what Johnson's doing. He's coming straight forward. Just flick it out, just like that, and make him pay for charging in.
Behind the jab and make the older fighter use his legs.
A couple of nice left hooks there for Munguia, and there's another one. Sure. Another uppercut. After a very bright opening round for Tureano Johnson, it appears to have gone the way of Jaime Munguia. Chris, how do you have it scored? Put his weight on him, force him off balance.
Good body shot inside by Tureano Johnson. Hurt Munguia a little bit.
Give me 5. Let's go.
Andre Rozier asking for a lot from his 36-year-old fighter.
Because Andre Rozier saw that body shot. That body shot made the right elbow of Munguia come down, which is opening up the left hands upstairs. I remember when I was fighting Daniel Jacobs, Rozier was...
Instructions were spot on. Jacobs just couldn't quite pull the trigger when Rozier
was predicting what I was going to do, but he was narrating the action. I mean, he was pretty much right instructions to Johnson, but I don't think Johnson has the legs or the energy to fulfill them.
He's better than the second and third round.
Oh, it definitely is. Munguia stopped moving.
Good defense. Work off it. He throws one, you gotta come back.
You know, one of the things that Tureano told us, a much better jabber. Not really seeing much of that, despite the fact that we can hear Andre asking for the jab.
Good round here for Tureano. He's made this fight a little bit ugly, and that's the way he might need to win. Landing a right hand as well.
Take a deep breath, relax, reset, no time. He don't want to fight.
Remember, it's not holding. If I tell him to break and he breaks, Tureano, don't hit him with the right hand, okay?
They want Tureano Johnson to stay close. And if Munguia's not going to be landing those right uppercuts,
the WBC junior lightweight champion back in the mid-70s.
And Johnson continues staying on that southpaw stance.
Any Chris from Jaime Munguia joining forces with Eric Morales?
Well, he's better with combinations. He has been better with the jab at times, so we haven't seen that. There's got to be a jab waiting for him, just like that, even if it doesn't
out of him. But I think the main thing is patience. I've seen out of the young Jaime Munguia. You know, I've seen some more patience, looking for the right, just a combination of power that, you know, the youth wants to throw out. He's looking for the right shot.
And now Munguia looked like Johnson held his hand with his left glove and punched him with a right. And frustration may be starting to set in for Munguia.
Opponents, he keeps punching, he turns southpaw, he gets on the inside. You know, sometimes and if he can do it with the jab and moving his head and continuing that pressure.
The end of the fifth.
Two big middleweights, and it might come down to a, you know, battle of attrition. I know we're used to hearing that, but when it comes to these two, we're doing good, but you're letting them punch inside too much. Not enough punches coming out. The most successful punch of Jaime Munguia has been that right aggression of Johnson has given him that opportunity.
You see that combination there, Sergio, all started, and is making it his fight while Munguia can't respond.
You said that Johnson was a live dog.
This is the Munguia that we're used to, the offensive fighter, just
Nice combination there from Munguia, who's doing a lot better when he's not on the ropes.
If Johnson's legs aren't under him, push him back. You know, fighters that are used to coming forward and being aggressive like that usually can't fight to going back.
Tureano Johnson trying to switch southpaw here.
Style like Tureano Johnson, it doesn't matter if he's southpaw or orthodox. Getting the same punches thrown or the solar plexus, they're damaging, especially for an older fighter. Make Tureano Johnson use his legs also. Coming forward, going backwards, move laterally. Make the older fighter feel old.
A good uppercut again. That's the punch that...
One more round. Try one more round.
Yet, how it was scored, was it a headbutt? Andre Rozier says it was.
Johnson may well win this thing, although Munguia sensing some urgency.
He might get that. He might understand.
Get this lip back together.
I don't think this fight continues. It's just a shame it ended this way, but look, it's that right.
Oh, you could see the blood shooting off the face of Johnson. It was the right.
That's a stoppage.
Yeah, it's a TKO win. Boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 6, referee Raul Figh Sr. calls a halt to this bout, declaring your winner by KO victory. He is still undefeated and still WBO Intercontinental Middleweight Champion, Jaime Munguia.